What's up guys, my name is Snow. Welcome back to the Movie Geek Channel. I'm here to do another Blu-ray review. The Blu-ray review I'm going to talk about is one of my favorite films of 2017 thus far, in my top 5 at most. There's other film that's better than this particular film, but I still have time to figure out the top 5 list for my favorite films of 2017. And the movie I'm talking about is on the title, that is War for the Planet of the Apes, Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy, compact on Blu-ray, just the regular edition. There's a lot of different editions. Surprisingly, there's no exclusive to this particular release. A few years back, Dawn released a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, and that's the only exclusive I believe they released in Dawn for the Planet of the Apes, as I remember. In War, they only released the 3D edition and the 4K edition and the regular 2D edition, which I own. And this is directed by Matt Reeves and starring Andy Serkis as Caesar and Woody Harrelson as the villain in this. Well, he's not a villain, quite. He's just doing the thing that he's doing the right thing. And there's a lot of things I want to talk about, so this is a spoiler talk, so I can go all out. Before we talk about spoilers, I will let you know this is an amazing movie, a really good movie, a great story arc, and an end gap of the original franchise from the 60s, Charles Heston version of Planet of the Apes, which I adore. And this is a perfect, emotional, powerful, slow pace, sometimes slow pace, but it never dulled me at all when I saw this movie in theaters and we watched it again on Blu-ray. And the visual effects are the standouts in this movie. Andy Serkis' performance as Caesar was phenomenal. He brings levity in this movie. He knows what he's doing in this movie. He's played different types of motion capture role, but this is his best role that he ever done, next to Gollum from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which is my favorite trilogy of all time. And this is next to my favorite trilogy of all time. And there's no bad movies from the trilogy. None of them which go downhill. They went go up, and it exceeds every expectations in this movie. There's none of this movie from Rise to Dawn, from War. There's no dull moment. There's character development. There's story. There's strong motivations throughout the story arcs. And I think of this trilogy as the beginning, middle, and end. This is the end of the trilogy, or it's right. I think they're probably making the fourth one, or they're in talks making the fourth one. I'm not sure. It's a development going on in there, and it's a phenomenal movie. Very well directed, very well performed by Andy Serkis, the master of motion capture, which I'm so excited for him to do in the Black Panther. He reprising the role of Julius Claw, which I'm really excited for him, because I seen him doing like a lot of motion capture performance, but I seen him a little bit in the live action performance, and he's such an incredible actor. And someday I will interview him. I really want to interview him, and I have a lot of questions about the process in the making of this movie. And anyways, that's my thoughts. Now let's go to spoilers. Talk about this movie. I want to talk about the scene. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is Maurice and Nova. They were talking about how Nova thinks that am I one of you guys? Am I an ape? And Maurice like saying, "You're brave, and I should call you Nova." If you know this information, if you've seen the original movie of Charlton Heston, 1960s, the original Planet of the Apes, there was a character named Nova, and she is mute. Here, this answers all the questions about Nova, where she came from, and all it exists. And here it is. This is the movie that show her the backstory of how Nova became Nova, and for the end cap of the original franchise, how this moment will lead to the original franchise, how this could be a setup for the original franchise. And that was a great moment. I'm like, oh my god, this is a fan moment, I was just saying, because I'm a big fan of the original 1960s original Planet of the Apes, which I adore. And just seeing her, Nova, realizing that was Nova, I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And one of my other favorite scenes is one of the most emotional scenes, and I gotta be honest, I got teared up true story. When Caesar got hurt, Maurice was like, they moved to another place, like a desert-like place, just like the original movie. Caesar looks tired, rugged, he low pressure, he doesn't have the energy as we see before, and he feels down, and that's a moment where he's going to die very shortly. And then Maurice, Caesar had a moment with their incredible sign language scene, which is an incredible scene and a very powerful scene. Just made me feel like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is the moment that we're going to lead to the original movie. And at the same time, this is a very well farewell to Caesar, a great character, a very emotional character, and at the same time broken. Throughout this movie, he had a darkness inside of him because of the events of Dawn for the Planet of the Apes, where Koba is the one who killed him and the one who created this madness, this war, and we see the struggle between Caesar and inside of him, the darkness that he doesn't care. He want to do it because he believes that he can do it for good. At the same time, he have darkness inside that he just kind of need help. At the same time, he kind of free, like, I'm done with this. I'm going out. Maurice, take care of my son, take care of Noah and all that. He just gone, and it's just a very powerful moment for Caesar, a very great moment for a franchise to end that, and it's a perfect ending to a movie. Just made me feel like really excited what's gonna go to lead to the original movie. That this is a middle chapter or a circle life of the original franchise. From we got Rise, which is basically conquest, and we got Dawn, which is technically battle, and then we got War, original, beneath, and escape, and it go full circle of that. Because if you've seen the original franchise with Conquest, and especially Conquest, this movie have a familiar because it's just like Rise. Rise and Conquest have a similar plot about Caesar rising up, revolutionary. That's how it all begins. Same thing from Conquest is they have an escape scene where they escape from the lab. Same thing goes for Rise. They escape from the lab and rescue some apes, just like Conquest. And Battle and Dawn, same thing, same similarities from the plot of the movie, that Koba, Dawn, is one, he doesn't trust humans, that he wants to kill humans and all that. Same thing to Battle, I believe it was a gorilla. He doesn't care about humans, he thinks that he's doing the right thing, but it's not. And just like the same similarity from the Dawn and Battle. And then War is a middle chapter of the franchise, and it leads to the original movie with Charlton Heston. That's where in Rise, remember the Easter egg that the astronaut went to space and got stuck. I believe they mentioned that in the TV. That's where we meet Charlton Heston character and Nova getting together, chemistry and all that. Boom, there's the original movie, and that's its history from the original Planet of the Apes franchise. And you can see it's a circle of life. It's a loophole, I'll just say that, from Rise to Dawn and the War, and then the original beneath Escape, and then Conquest is just like Rise, and then Battle is just like Dawn, and then War is the middle chapter of the franchise, which is, this is like the key of the franchise. I would say the answers that we've been waiting for the original movie. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's fantastic how this timeline of this franchise is technically a loophole of this fantastic. It's amazing. It just made me more, science fiction-y. It's pretty awesome. Now time for the extras. Great movie though. Fantastic movie. If you have not seen this movie, it will be on sale for Black Friday, very cheap. I got it for $20. It's a worth it price for a favorite movie of this year. I just couldn't resist. I had to get this movie and complete my Planet of the Apes franchise, which I adore the franchise. Even though there's some couple meh films from the original franchise, but I still enjoy this movie. Now the extras. First off, the picture and the audio quality. Before we go to the extras, is the picture is beautiful. I don't know what the 4K looks like, but this does look beautiful on Blu-ray very detailed on the CGI apes. And one of the beautiful things about this movie that we forget the CGI apes. We forget that the motion capture performances. We thought they were real apes. I mean, phenomenal what they did in the technology. The technology have been progressively getting advanced, more advanced from this over the years, and they took their time making this movie. And just the detail of the ape is just incredible, and the art quality is also fantastic. I can hear loud and clear with the score and the actor speaking, and it's just phenomenal. Now time for the let's go list all down from the extras. And first up, we have art commentary by director Matt Reeves, which I have not heard yet, but I cannot wait for Matt Reeves to direct the Batman trilogy with Ben Affleck. Really excited for that. We have deleted scenes with optional audio. I have not seen the deleted scenes with commentary with Matt Reeves, so you can go with that. Apes, the meaning of it all. This is the, what the franchise is. What it's all about. The making of the process of this franchise. How this franchise means to everybody, and means that this could be the collective tissue of the franchise. And more. There's more. There's one about the making of the score. There's one for the making of the performance motion capture, which is very interesting, wonderful, like to learn from how they made this movie. I believe there's the other one talk about the franchise for the Planet Ape franchise. I believe there's many more special features. I did see them all, by the way. One of my favorite is the scores featurette. Love that featurette. Michael Giacchino was there. Matt Reeves was talking about how the original score of the Planet of the Apes inspired them, to make this score happen, and it's just phenomenal. And they talk about how they brought new characters. They brought Bat Ape, Nova, of course. How Woody Harrelson approached this storyline. How they show the concept art in the show. How they made this movie happen. How the process. And when I see the producer, they took a lot of time making this movie happen, and taking their time on the CGI and the motion capture performance. They want to do good. They want to take their time. They want to make believable, and they all around they did a great job. And the extras was fantastic. Very worth watch. Great extras. I really want to hear the art commentary. Really do want to hear the art commentary. Really excited for that. If I have time to hear the art commentary, I know it's gonna be incredible. Basically, little summary of the extras. Basically, the summary of the extras is there's a couple of extras that is talk about the franchise, how there's a connective tissue, and the making of behind the scenes of this movie, and the score. That's basically the extras of this movie. Now time for a closer look of War for the Planet of the Apes. Here's a closer look of War for the Planet of the Apes Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy coming back. First off, love this cover, but I do have a problem with the other Blu-ray release, which I will show you right now. Okay, here it is. Look at the difference. I love this two cover from Rice and Dunn. Love that, but War, it doesn't match. I don't know why they did that, but hey, I love this cover. This cover is beautiful, but I kind of wish it would match with the face of Caesar, the evolution of Caesar. But I would say it looks great on a shelf with a trilogy. Here it does look like what it looks like on the spine. It looks nice. And here was the rest of the franchise look like on your shelf. Look nice on my shelf. Really happy that I finally completed my Planet of the Apes franchise thus far. If they made the fourth one, I'm not sure about that, but they're in talks. I mean, I got this for $20 on Black Friday. This is my pride and joy. I mean, separate case. You can get the slimmer packaging, but I prefer this case. I mean, this beautiful set. I will say this. I love this cover, but I'm kind of like wish they matched the cover. Kind of wish. I mean, just I love this two slip cover. They're special to me, and they go all out. They went to a black case. This one went, regular Blu-ray case. That's enough complaining about not matching the cover. Here's the spine once again. Here's the back. Special features, the synopsis, the digital copy, which I don't care about. Rated PG-13. There's some screenshot movies, Nova, Woody Harrelson character, I forgot the name, but he was fantastic in the movie. More screenshot of the apes. So you got Caesar, Bad Ape, Maurice. I forgot the gorilla name, but he's one of the good guys. And Rocket's in this. Sadly, same cover from the front of the case as well for the spine and the back. Here's what it looks like in the inside. We have the digital copy with the code, which I'm not gonna show you, and I don't care about the digital copy. We have my ticket stub for War for the Planet of the Apes on Thursday showing. I saw this with my dad and my brother. Had a great time watching this movie. And something about get 1,000 free credits. I don't know what is this. Thing, whatever. Here's when the disappointment comes along. No discard. Wow, this is bad. Now, I think Box is becoming like Disney. I've seen this on Disney titles every time. We got the DVD with the white disc and the blue with the blue disc. So no discard. Why, Fox? Why are you becoming like Disney? Here's an example from Dawn from the Planet of the Apes. They have discards. I mean, seriously. Anywho, enough complaining. All I care is the movie and special features, and this movie is fantastic. But that's a closer look of War for the Planet of the Apes. That is a closer look of War for the Planet of the Apes on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy. Can't believe what they think of this movie. Oh my god, this is one of the best trilogies that we got recent years, and Matt Reeves did no wrong in this franchise. He knows what he's doing. He knows what this franchise is all about, and how this could be the connective tissue of the original Charlton Heston franchise. And I just adore this movie. This is a masterpiece. I have no problems watching this movie. The emotions, there's a lot of emotion, a lot of exciting scenes, a lot of great character piece, great dialogue, and great character development throughout the whole movie, and introducing new characters, Noah and Bad Ape. I love Bad Ape, by the way, in this movie. Love his character, very charming, likable character, and they very balanced really well with the comedy and the emotion scenes. They balance very well, and they know what timing they use the jokes. Okay, this is the perfect time to do a joke. Okay, that scene is the perfect time for a joke. A lot of great scenes, a lot of great favorite scenes in this movie that I talk about. And if you enjoyed this Blu-ray review, please give a like and subscribe if you're new to this channel, and I'll see you guys next time.